Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we are looking at a seriously unique opportunity for a fully funded European education. Look, if you're a talented international student and you're trying to figure out how to study abroad without drowning in debt, you are in exactly the right place. We're breaking down the newly announced Slovakia scholarships for 2026, and honestly, the details we're going to uncover here might just completely flip your perspective on studying in Europe.
Okay, let's start with the big one. 15,000 euros per year. And to be clear, we're not talking about a tiny partial waiver here. This is a massive, comprehensive scholarship for talented bachelor's and master's students, and it's funded straight by the European Union and the Slovakian government.
So, here's our game plan for today's explainer. First, we'll look at the 15,000 euro scholarship itself, then the financial benefits and who's eligible. Third, the mandatory documents you'll need. Fourth, we'll walk through a step-by-step application guide. And finally, we'll wrap up with deadlines and some pro tips.
All right, part one, the 15,000 euro Slovakia scholarship. The really cool thing here is that this program is open to international students literally all over the globe, no geographical restrictions whatsoever. And it actually offers a super strong pathway for applicants from South Asia, specifically Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Nepal.
Okay, let's dive right into this, because this right here, this is an absolute game changer. Usually, trying to study abroad means jumping through hoops with expensive language tests and dropping a ton of cash just to apply. Well, scratch that. Not here. The standard language barrier is completely gone. No IELTS is required at all. And the application fee? Zero. It is literally free to shoot your shot. Moving on to part two. Financial benefits and eligibility. Let's break down exactly who can apply and, more importantly, what this funding actually puts in your pocket. Get this. On top of a 100% complete tuition fee waiver at public universities and fully covered public health insurance, they are handing you a 500 euro monthly stipend. Now, you might be wondering, why 500 euros? Well, under this specific setup, you're expected to manage your own accommodation. But here's the thing. The cost of living in Slovakia is incredibly affordable compared to a lot of Western Europe. So that 500 euros a month, it comfortably covers your rent and daily living expenses. It's just a brilliant setup for true financial independence. And the funding actually scales right alongside your academic path. If you're going for a bachelor's degree, you're locked in for 4 full years of funding. Master's, you get 2 solid years of coverage. And there is a really exciting new option this year. If you do a combined bachelor's and master's track, you grab this scholarship for an incredible 5 consecutive years. Just amazing.
We also have to talk about the sheer volume of seats up for grabs. We're looking at roughly 170 spots for bachelor students and up to 60 for master students. That is a massive pool of funding. And get this, here's a totally surprising twist. If you're an international student who is actually already doing your bachelor's or master's in Slovakia right now, you are completely eligible to apply and just transition right onto this scholarship. All right, part 3, mandatory documents and requirements. Let's talk about the catch. What do you actually need to hand over to secure this funding?
Here's the checklist, and honestly, it is surprisingly manageable. You'll need an English CV, a motivation letter or research statement, your past degrees and transcripts, some recommendation letters, and a notarized copy of your passport or ID. But check this out. This will save you so much time. When you log into the system, they actually provide standardized templates for both the CV and the motivation letter. You literally just download them, fill them out, and upload them back. Easy.
But you might have noticed I kind of glossed over one item on that list, and it's definitely the most important one. There is only one strict testing requirement for this whole thing, and it's the SAT. Now, don't panic if you haven't taken it yet. The system is totally designed so you can take the test and just submit those scores later as long as they're in before the portal officially closes for good.
Let's move to part 4 and see how this all builds together. Here is your step-by-step application guide for navigating the portal.
So the sequence goes a little something like this. Step 1, register a new profile on the portal. Step 2, create a new application and pick your level, bachelor's or master's. Step 3, pick your preferred public university and faculty. And by the way, almost all public universities are in on this. So whether you're into engineering, computer science, med, econ, or the arts, you are covered. Finally, step 4, you confirm your specific study program. But listen up, because this 4th step requires a very specific action from you.
This is the ultimate pro tip, so pay attention. When you select your program,
Say you're going for informatics at the Technical University of Košice, you absolutely must watch your screen for a very specific notification. The system has to confirm that the program you picked falls under their Smart Specializations list. If that notification pops up, boom, congratulations, you're in line for the money. If it doesn't, that means the program is strictly self-funded. So always double-check for that Smart Specialization tag.
Which brings us to Part 5, Important Deadlines and Tips. We are now in the highly time-sensitive phase of this explainer.
First up, let's address the elephant in the room right now. If you try to log on today, you might actually find that the portal is down for maintenance. Do not let this discourage you. Honestly, this happens all the time with high-traffic government sites. Your job here is to just be persistent. Keep checking back every day, maybe even every few hours, because the second it comes back online, you need to be ready to strike.
And you really need to be early on this because there's actually a built-in delay in the system. You literally cannot finish this application in one sitting. Once you register, pick your university, and save everything, you have to wait. It takes about 2 to 3 days for the authorities to review and approve your basic eligibility. It's only after that approval comes through that the final section of the portal unlocks, which is where you upload your SAT scores and finally hit submit.
So let's map out this timeline. These scholarships were just announced on July 1st. Right now, in mid-July, your entire focus needs to be on creating that profile, gathering your docs, and picking your university. Because on July 31st, the portal completely closes, period. No exceptions. We are talking roughly 20 days left to execute this entire process. And remember, that includes that mandatory 2 to 3 day system delay. The urgency here is absolutely real.
July 31st is the hard deadline. By applying directly through this portal, you are dodging thousands of euros in agent fees, and you're taking total control of your own educational future. So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. With absolutely no application fee, no IELTS required, and literally 15,000 euros a year sitting right there on the table, what is stopping you from claiming your spot in Europe today? Get those documents ready, keep refreshing that portal, and take that massive leap. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, best of luck out there.